In celebration of The Last of Us Day, an annual event hosted by Naughty Dog, the company responsible for the beloved video game franchise, we normally get a number of treats to show the studio's thanks for their dedicated fans. Forget the merchandise, wallpapers and everything else, because this year we got treated to something even bigger. Our first look at the upcoming Last of Us TV series. The image was revealed by HBO, who greenlighted the series. It's notable they've included two key people in the show's production. The Emmy Award-winning writer Craig Mazin, the showrunner and writer on the series, along with Neil Druckmann, the writer and director on the original game and its sequel. The latter is expected to direct an episode on the show. Could this be the episode he was gearing up to film? Now, this first image doesn't really give away much, as to be expected since it's a first teaser image. We get Joel played by Pedro Pascal and Ellie, his companion, played by Bella Ramsey, in costume looking at a plane wreckage in the distance. Once Joel and Ellie start their journey, it's essentially a road trip that sees them going from one location to the next, while trying to survive various obstacles, both infected and human, in the post-apocalyptic world. This particular location doesn't feature in the game, but it could very well be a prominent part of the show or this scene. Maybe it marks the border to another location they need to get past, or it's a place where they scavenge for items. Either way, I love the shot and the way it frames our two leads. From this shot, it's clear that the show is sticking closely to the video game's design, which is easy to translate for the new medium. Compared to other video games which are more stylized or have complicated designs, The Last of Us has a grounded and realistic look to it. This means a lot of the show can be shot on location in places that are open spaces, overgrown areas, or abandoned. The airplane scene in the distance is most likely CGI, with the rest of the location being real. Here you can see that Joel and Ellie are both wearing their clothing that are pretty much standard outfits, nothing too flashy. They are ripped straight from the first game, including the backpacks, which are common items used by survivors to store their equipment and personal items. So let's take a look at Joel before discussing Ellie. Although it's just a glimpse of the actor from behind, Pedro Pascal exudes that presence that Joel has when he's on screen. The hair and denim shirt is spot on, as well as the backpack. They absolutely nailed the worn out design, even the finer details that shows its wear and tear. Moving over to Ellie, she has a hair tied back, and while she has on a hoodie, it very much fits in line with the character's color scheme. Usually in the game, she would sport a red t-shirt with a long sleeve undershirt, which served as the main costume for the majority of the story, except for the autumn/winter portion of the game where she would dress for the cold weather. Just like Joel, the costume designers have recreated a signature backpack. It really is nice to see the design unchanged from the games. Both characters seem to have made the jump from the video games to live action, which really wasn't hard to begin with, even though I know some people aren't too keen on the casting choices made for this project. I'm firmly in favor of the casting and look forward to seeing the actors prove themselves to the skeptics. It's hard to really judge anything from this image. We are literally looking at their backs. Keep in mind, this is only a small teaser of some of the bigger reveals to come from the show. I really can't wait to get a proper look of our two leads and the rest of the cast. This doesn't necessarily raise my expectations for the show, which are already sky high, given everyone who is working towards seeing this project come to fruition. There's definitely a lot of care going into making this a worthwhile adaptation of the games. So fingers crossed this all comes together nicely. Currently, the show is still shooting and is expected to premiere in 2022. It's hard to predict when this will be wrapped and ready to air on HBO, especially with the pandemic affecting filming across the industry, but it will definitely be the second half of next year. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to stay tuned for more news and updates on The Last of Us TV series right here on the channel. I'll be covering the show as much as possible with similar videos like this in the future. So what are your thoughts on this teaser image? Does it do anything to get you invested in the show? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways folks, that's all for now. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to subscribe, like and comment below. And hey, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea, and that's okay. Just remember to take care and stay safe.